Up next, we have a really exciting session from Judy from ArcBest. Judy's actually been a regular at what was the EFT conference and has now become the Reuters Events Supply Chain USA. So we're delighted to have Judy along again today. Judy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you, Nick?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Can you please introduce yourself for those that don't know, and ArcBest as well to the audience?
Well, my name is Judy McReynolds. I'm the chairman, president, and CEO of ArcBest. And ArcBest is an integrated logistics company that is comprised of creative problem solvers who are solving logistics challenges for shippers. And we do business with a lot of carriers that provide capacity along with our assets. So glad to be here with you today, Nick.
Excellent. So let's get into the questions. So obviously, we've all seen the headlines. 2020 has been a very challenging, year for all of us, and it has, I guess, really put a spotlight on supply chain and logistics companies in particular. From an ArcBest perspective, what would you say has been the biggest challenge that you guys have faced in 2020?
Well, 2020 has certainly been a different year than any of us expected, and what I would suggest to you is the challenges that we face have really been surrounding COVID-19 and the impacts that that's had on our company, our industry, our customers, and society as a whole. So that's really where the challenges have come from, and the lion's share of our team, our leadership team especially, is effort this year.
Excellent. So obviously what is critical to all this is, I guess, delivering for the customer. And it is critical to be, customer centric. So obviously taking that into account, how has ArcBest maintained a customer centric approach despite all the craziness of 2020?
Well, it has been a challenge to do that, but it's certainly been on the forefront of our minds, as it always is. When you think about the pandemic and how it compares to, other disasters or upheavals or other recessions and that sort of thing, it has really been fast and a dramatic effect. And we've really had to stay focused on how that's impacted our customers. And the great thing for us is that we know our customers so well. We're in touch with them. We typically have long relationships. We're a partner with them. And so we're very much in tune with what's happening there, but we've had to adjust. We've really had to balance a lot of things as we've, I guess, as the pandemic started toward the end of March and as we were going into the month of April, again, just felt like it was, falling off of a cliff in terms of the economic activity, and had to deal with some of the shutdowns for our customers. And what we learned through that was that it was important to make sure that our employees were safe. They had the materials and the technology that they needed to be able to adequately serve our customers, and that they felt great about doing that. And what was great about our frontline employees was that they did just that. But we also had to, have that critical operation going in the event that, customers' demands were even higher, because we have some customers that are in essential businesses, and we had to be sure that we were serving them well. Some other things that we had to address were just revenue levels for the company, and what were the appropriate resources and costs to match with that. And, then we needed, again, to find capacity providers for those customers that were continuing their operations, or in some cases accelerating their operations as a result of the pandemic. But I was really, really proud of our team, particularly in the beginning as we navigated through that. And, we were able to position our employees well, particularly, in those situations where they're interacting with a customer, picking up freight or delivering freight. We moved our office workforce, basically all of them home. A large percentage were working remotely, and that's still the case today. We were able to adjust the costs. A quick action by our leadership team really made me proud. And again, I was proud to make sure that our employees were safe as they were doing that almost patriotic job that they did for our customers.
Excellent. So I guess diving a little bit deeper into that, what specific strategies and technologies did you guys at ArcBest utilize to keep that, that open dialogue with customers, given, everything that's been going on?
Well, we have done a lot of things, but one of those that's been really great during this time is just positioning our company as a full service logistics company. And that's been over a lot of years, as you probably know. I mean, we've made acquisitions, we've had organic technology initiatives, and, being positioned in that way has really allowed us to best address this flexibility and adaptability that's needed by our customers, especially during a time like this. And the other things that we've been able to do is just lean on our previous experience in some areas. We've been connected with our customers digitally for over 20 years, and a lot of that comes through our U-Pack moving business. But the experience that we've gained there and the work that we've done, with our customers through e-commerce and other means has really been a great position to be in as we've entered into this time. But a couple of other technologies and platforms that I'll highlight for you that have really been impactful during this time are dynamic LTL transactional offering that we've been working with customers on this year has really been impactful. And the reason that I say that is because customers are wanting to get onboarded more quickly. They're wanting to do business more seamlessly. They want it to be a quick response to a request that they have. And, what we've been able to do with that product is really have it be informed by AI. It gives us market prices that are appropriate. It allows us to place freight on the trailers whenever we need that shipment in a particular lane. And all of that has really come together well to serve our customers' needs. And I think it's particularly impactful at a time when customers are really changing their shipping patterns and their needs. Another one is a system or a platform that we refer to as our case management system. But what's really great about this is, this is a platform that we put in place a few years ago. So we were already using it, but what we've done is just accelerate the digital impact of it. And what I mean is, whenever a customer is wanting to interact seamlessly, again, through a digital channel, maybe they've got a pickup request, or they just need their bill of lading or a proof of delivery, we're able to use this system and again, some cognitive engagement work that we've put together and done to intelligently respond. And a lot of times we're able to do that without involving a human. So it's a virtual agent that we're utilizing. And this is just an environment where our customers are working remotely. They're using their systems to try or attempt to interact with their providers. And we've just utilized our skills and our technology advancement in these couple of areas to really do that. And then perhaps the last one is just the fulfillment of our truckload. The truckload digital response that we can give on about 20% of our shipments is to match those directly with the shipper need, again, without human intervention. And so when you put together this dynamic LTL transaction system, the comprehensive nature of this case management system, which really helps us, respond quickly. And then lastly, the digital tools that we're deploying to do some freight matching. We've really had an impact in that area, for our customers. And I think that's been something noteworthy this year. And again, we're glad to be in that position. It's great to be able to respond that way, and our customers really seem to appreciate it.
Excellent. So something you alluded to there was this big, social experiment that we've seen in 2020 with this mass shift to to work from home for obvious reasons. How have you at ArcBest, I guess, maintained that internal collaboration, that company culture that is so important during these, these crazy times?
Well, it starts with having a great culture. We have talked about that so many times this year so far, is just the quick action, the responsiveness, the focus on the customer, meeting their needs. All of that comes about, not overnight, but by a purposeful development of our people. And, what we try to do is instill in our people our values, which, just to recite those, it's creativity, integrity, collaboration, growth, excellence, and wellness. And if you think about those values, if each and every employee has those, your chances of them responding well, even in a remote work environment, are going to be great. And that's what we've seen. And we've been very pleased, very excited about that. Our employees are ones that have always been known for doing the hard things well. One of our customers said to us years ago that you're the company that finds a way. And as a result of that, our vision for the company is we'll find a way. But that's what our employees know to be their job, and that's what they do all day long, every day. And we're so proud of them for being able to do that. But, we have that as a backdrop. We've not really seen any negative impact on productivity. And again, what that's enabled us to do is, even as this pandemic has maybe to some extent leveled off, we're still having our workforce, the office workforce, work from home because it's safer. And so we can watch as things unfold, and perhaps early next year, we'll be in a position where we're bringing people back. But the great thing is, because of the character of our employees and the way they approach their roles, we really haven't had to do that. And that's been a real blessing to us. And, if you think about it, knowing that you're supporting these frontline employees that are drivers, that are out there, nothing has changed about their job. In fact, maybe some of their tasks or the things that they're doing are even more difficult. When you're someone that's supporting them, maybe you're behind the scenes. Really, that's an easy thing to do, knowing that the hard work is being done by those frontline employees. And we really have appreciated all of the attitudes and hearts and minds of our employees being in the right place.
Excellent. So in terms of, I guess, medium term, how do you, see the future of work? Do you see it being a work from home hybrid? Like what are your predictions?
Yeah, that's really an interesting question. But, if you think about it, this is often said, but, necessity is the mother of invention. And certainly this has been one of the biggest challenges that people have ever faced. I think that's talked about a lot. When I think about that, I think, okay, if I'm managing a supply chain, which I know our customers are, and I've talked to a number of them about this, I need it to be more reliable, more flexible, more adaptable, but also to reduce the risk. And so when you think about that, you want to do business with companies that you can trust, and you want to perhaps be a partner with them. And so we really feel like some of the changes that we're going to see over the next several years really play to our strengths and the approach that we have and the multi-solution set that we've developed. And, we think that there's going to be a review of supply chains that continues to happen, looking for that flexibility and adaptability. There's greater visibility all of the time. And, there's going to be an innovative approach that comes about, through the management of all that. We think freight's going to be delivered faster, more safely, more efficiently. And we really believe that our company is going to be on the forefront of that. And again, we're positioned well. Many things have accelerated. If you think about the environment that we're in, we've been talking about it already, but, over the last few months, I think, we have really vaulted forward in digital adoption, whether you're a consumer or you're a business. And if you're positioned well, if you're already playing, you know, in those arenas, you're going to be a player, you know, that can move forward, serve customers, and really have an impact in the future. And we're excited about that. We think this is going to be a great year that has accelerated some things that really will make a difference in how supply chains are managed.
Excellent. So as we wrap up and come to the end of this interview, obviously you've mentioned it there, but looking beyond 2020, I mean, 2020 has been discussed a lot. You mentioned it in your kind of previous answer, but looking more longer term, I guess, what excites you about the world of logistics and supply chain?
Yeah. Well, I think it's so interesting to see the use of data and analytics. And again, I mentioned a few of the different platforms or technologies where we're using machine learning or more efficient responses to customer needs. I think all of that coming together to create more intelligent solutions is where it's at. And, you know, we're doing that. We have a system where we're collecting more data on the customer side. We've always had great operational data. And when you bring those together, you get a powerful set of options for customers. And, you know, with the carrier relationships that we have, the network we have in the asset-based business, you know, we really feel like that comes together well and really addresses the needs I talked about earlier with the flexibility and adaptability that supply chains are going to have.
Excellent. Well, thanks a lot for joining us, Judy. I'm hopeful that next year we can do this in a live physical setting somewhere.
Yeah, that would be ideal, wouldn't it, Nick?